Hello there, my traumatized friends. Some of y'all might be feeling really weird, awkward when it comes to social interactions, right? You feel like you are repelling people instead of being magnetic, instead of being funny, instead of being relaxed. And here's why. Some of y'all, when you were kids, were very social, right? Very expressive. You like to communicate, you like to talk to people, you were funny, most of y'all. But right now, as an adult or as you start to grow and you go through experiences, you probably started to close yourself to social interactions. And when you were a kid, your perspective, especially if you were a naive kid, which most of us are naive, but your perspective as a kid was also different than your perspective right now. As a kid, you probably started conversations or approached people with the intent to have fun, to meet that person, to get to know that person, to get to be a friend of that person, right? You, as a kid, you saw someone, something about them felt interesting, and you approached that person and you became friends. That's it. You have similar interests, whatever, maybe not. Or maybe that was just a person that you felt like talking to or making a comment about a person's outfit or looks, a positive one, I hope. And you did that because your perspective as a kid was very different than right now. Every social situation that you had, you saw it as an opportunity to express yourself. You saw it as an opportunity to have fun. You saw it as an opportunity to know things, to get curious, to know people, to know places, to get to know different foods or whatever. Your perspective as a kid, it's open. You don't know anything about the world and you are open to learn things and to meet people. You're naive. You haven't been hurt. But as you start to grow old, you go through your teenage years, now you're an adult, and now you're full of experiences and traumas to back up your perspective about life. So every social interaction that you get to have now, you have a blockage because of your perspective. And it's not your fault. Calm down. This is not for you to shame yourself or to feel like, oh my God, now is everything wrong with me? There's no fixing. No, we can fix that. But your perspective right now, when you get to talk to people, when you get to meet people, you are in a perspective of not seeing people as friends. You are seeing social situations as if people are your enemies. And that changes the energy completely. Our communication, just like verbal communication, is only a small percentage of what social interaction really is. When it comes to social interaction, a lot of things come to play. Your vocal tone, the way that you move, your body posture, and your body language as a whole, right? The way that you present yourself, the way that you communicate, all that sends a message. All that has energy behind it. All that has an expression behind it. And people can feel that. And people can intuitively feel that. It's not like everyone is a social expert. This is just human nature. It's just a way for the brain to understand the environment and understand if that person is a friend or a foe. And if the environment is safe or it's dangerous. But yeah, going back to the main point, in which is your perspective and your energy every time that you go into a social situation is a negative one, because you've been hurt before, and that's okay to understand it. It's okay to accept that's a part of you right now, but you have to work to change that. Because if every social situation that you go and you are feeling like the person is gonna hurt you, the person is gonna make a bad comment, the person is gonna make fun of you, or that person is not gonna understand you, you're gonna close yourself off, and people are gonna feel that energy. They're gonna feel that you are not resonating with them. They're gonna feel like you are repelling them instead of being magnetic, because this is a repulsive energy. This is a repulsive energy. And if you want to have friends, or if you want to have a good social life, you gotta get rid of that energy, because you don't want to repel people. I understand we've been traumatized. I understand we've been hurt. I understand we've been led to believe that there's something wrong with us, but there's nothing wrong with us. There's nothing wrong with us. There's no right way to be. There's no right way to behave. You can be silly. You can be weird. You can be beautiful. You can be you. You don't have to go in a social situation expecting people to like you, expecting people to behave in a certain way towards you. You gotta first ask yourself, why am I behaving this way? Why do I have this perspective now? What were the experiences that led me to believe that there's something wrong with me, or that I need to have social approval to be liked or to feel fulfilled within myself? And you gotta ask yourself these questions. And for everybody, it's gonna be a different experience. But you gotta first identify what that experience was so that you can let it go. Because right now, your brain is holding on to that belief, and that belief is ruining your social life. When I'm saying this, I speak from experience. I was a very, very loud and expressive kid. My main point when I met someone was to irritate that person, but not to irritate in a negative way, just like I wanna make that person feel miserable. No, just like I wanted to be silly. You know, I wanted to make jokes. I wanted to make a fool of myself in a way, because I wanted to call people's attention. So yeah, right now you comprehend that this energy and this perspective that you have about social life or social interactions is a negative one and is a repulsive one. Like I said, and that's because you've been hurt and you've been led to believe that there's something wrong or you need to behave or act a certain way in social situations in order to be liked. You put yourself in a golden prison. You think that you have to behave a certain way in order to be liked, accepted, or loved. And that's a lie. Someone told that lie to you, you bought that lie, and now you're living that lie. This is why you are feeling negative and anxious every time you go into social situations. So the medicine for that, not the medicine, but the actionable steps that you can take now, change of perspective. That's gotta be the first thing. You gotta first let go of that belief. You gotta be okay. I understand that happens to me, but this is not a part of me. This is not who I am. This is not who I wanna be. I wanna be a social person. I wanna talk to people. Even if you are an introvert, I'm an introvert. I'd rather be alone. I'd rather listen to my music. I'd rather, drink my coffee alone, read my book, chill at home, play my video games. I'm cool with that. But I do understand that I also have to live in society and I have to interact with people and I have to talk to people, whether I like it or not. And if you keep holding a belief that social situations are a negative thing, people are gonna make fun of me, I don't like to talk to people, I don't like people, I like being alone, that is gonna harm your life. That is gonna harm your whole life, not only your social life, right? You're gonna be alienated from society. And that can be something that you want, okay? Go for it. But it's not gonna be healthy for your mind and your soul because you're going to start to put things on a pedestal because you don't have perspectives to share. So you think that your perspective of the world is the only one existing, or this is a way to live life and I can change. I'm set for life. But if you go out and you share your experiences with people, you're gonna see that you are not alone. Go in the comment sections of YouTube videos or go into YouTube and see people that are recording videos. They are just sharing their experiences. And this is a way to be social, and this is a way that we can help each other to heal from our wounds, evolve, and find people that are like-minded and are a part of our tribe because we want to be a part of something. We can't deny that nature. I'm a lone wolf. I always call myself a lone wolf. I always walked alone, went to places alone. I don't need people to go to a concert. I don't need people to go to eat food by myself. I can go to the movies by myself. I don't feel bad about it. I can go to the gym without the need of a gym partner, and I'm cool with that. I'm an introvert. But I do know that I got to be a social person in order to have a healthier life. And I know that even though I am a lone wolf, I need a tribe. I need people that are like-minded. We all need. If you isolate yourself thinking that you're gonna become stronger, you're only gonna get yourself weaker. This is even a war thing. This is why people make allies with similar interests when they go to war, because they know that their power alone is this, but their power together is like this. This is why if you're having a hard time with your social life, that can harm you, man. That can harm you. That can harm you. That can block you from opportunities. That can block you from experiences, meeting new people, going to new places, trying out new foods, or listening to new music. All of that is better done with people that you love and care. But first, you gotta break that blockage, because if you think that every social interaction is something negative, is something that's going to harm you, and it's something that you don't want to do, you are repelling people. And let me tell you, people feel your energy. And once they feel that you are repelling them and you are, in a sense, denying them, their behavior is gonna be the same towards you. They're gonna deny you. They're gonna repel you because they don't want to be around that energy. They don't feel the vibes, They don't feel like that's something that is aligned with them. They feel something odd within that conversation because you are putting out that energy. You are putting out that repulsive energy, like, okay, I want this conversation to end as quickly as possible so that I can go back to being alone. I'm like this. I'm sharing something that I suffer from. I used to love starting out conversation with strangers. I used to love, talking to old folks on the street. I used to love, meeting new people, but I just put myself in a cage because I didn't want it to be hurt anymore. And as years went by, I started to lose social skills, and not only that, I started feeling alienated. This is why the internet has been a really good place for me, and for some of y'all too, because here is a place that we can share experiences, we can share beliefs, we can grow together, we can learn from each other. This is why we are here in the first place. So yeah, just to finish the video, if you're having a hard time with social interaction, that is coming from your perspective about it and about yourself. You are probably expecting a validation from that person in some manner, so you gotta break that, and you gotta start adopting a belief that you gotta start seeing people as friends rather than foes, rather than enemies. When you were a kid, you saw everybody as friends. You were naive. I'm not saying you have to be extremely naive and just like drop all your defenses and hurt yourself like hell. No, you gotta still be aware of narcissists, or people that want to harm you, or they just want to take advantage of you. These people exist. You gotta be aware. You went through experiences so that you can learn to identify who these people are. But now you gotta start seeing most people as friends. You gotta at least give them a chance to prove you that they are not here to harm you. You know, drop the walls. You know, open up your window, open the door, let people in. Slowly, take slow steps. And even if that means talking with people on the internet, that's a starter. Do it. So yeah, hope y'all have a great night, day, evening, whatever it's going on with y'all. Have a nice life. And that's it. Love you all. Peace. 10, 9,